Yo fam, if you think only today's celebrities can break the internet, rewind to the late 90s when Jennifer Lopez and Sean Diddy Combs were the ultimate power couple, hotter than Beyoncé's hair in a music video. J.Lo was transitioning from the big screen to pop royalty, while Diddy, the hip-hop mogul behind Bad Boy Records, the man who turned the notorious B.I.G. into a legend. They met, boom, like fireworks on the 4th of July. J.Lo and Diddy weren't just lovers, they were fashion icons, paparazzi magnets, the reason thousands of magazines sold out every month. They graced everything from the Grammys to the VMAs, red carpets to exclusive white parties in the Hamptons, events reserved for the elite. This couple wasn't just couple goals, they defined the term. But then, bam, December 1999, drama exploded like a bass drop in a remix. One night at Club New York, a shooting left 3 people injured. Police stormed in, and guess what? J.Lo and Diddy were arrested on the spot. A gun was found in their car. The drama ignited. The media went wild. The internet, back then, AOL and old school forums, talked about nothing else. Lopez was released without charges, while Diddy faced multiple counts, from weapon possession to bribery. Ultimately, he was acquitted. But what about J.Lo? She remained silent, but that silence rang like an alarm bell. The distance between them grew like a tsunami, and by 2001, they officially parted ways without a word. Fans split into 2 camps. Some said Drama Club was the last straw. Others believed J.Lo had seen Diddy's dark side, a sweet but toxic power she didn't want to be part of. From then on, Jenny from the Block's image began to shift, cool and wise. 2024 truly is the year old secrets resurrect. After Diddy was arrested on serious charges, from sex trafficking to freak-off parties resembling elite horror films, the internet spared no celebrity who had ever been seen with him. And Jennifer Lopez? Her name immediately topped the must-mention list. X accounts like at Culture Tea Daily and at Pop Crave Official started digging up photos of J.Lo at Diddy's white parties in the early 2000s. Those old photos, once praised by Vogue, are now scrutinized pixel by pixel. From the angelic white dress to the clueless smile, netizens are asking, did she really not know anything? Reddit exploded too. r/popculturechat, r/conspiracy, r/domoisnark. A whole squad of online detectives piecing together clues. Who J.Lo looked at, who stood next to her, and why some old posts vanished without a trace. Some users claim J.Lo's name appears in internal documents, unverified, but feels on vibe. And here's the most believed conspiracy theory. Jennifer saw something she shouldn't have at those lavish parties. Not just the 1999 nightclub drama that led her to break up with Diddy, but the truth behind the spotlight, something that couldn't be live streamed and she never mentioned again. The scariest part? No hard evidence, just collective silence, old photos resurfacing, and a feeling that something's off. As one Reddit user commented, if there's nothing to hide, why is everything being deleted so quickly? In summary, J.Lo, once walking like a goddess through Hampton's white parties, is now viewed by netizens through a different lens. No longer a fashion icon, but a silent witness in a tale of power and sin. Now, let's get to the juiciest part. What Jennifer Lopez has hinted at about past toxic relationships. And netizens can't help but think of Diddy. Why? Because pieces from interviews, memoirs, and song lyrics are forming a picture that's unsettling. In her 2014 memoir, True Love, J.Lo talks about a past relationship that made her feel suffocated, controlled, and lost herself. She doesn't name names, but the timeline aligns with her relationship with Diddy. When asked on a 2019 radio show if she'd ever dated someone morally questionable, she just laughed and said, "I've learned to stay away from the darkness." Reddit jumped in immediately. A post on r/domoisnark listed J.Lo's songs like I'm Gonna Be Alright, I'm Real, Ain't It Funny, analyzing lyrics as diary codes about a toxic love. One fan wrote, she speaks through music because she can't say it outright. At Pop Culture Decoder on X even posted a video compiling instances where J.Lo dodged questions about Diddy, calling it a toxic silence montage. Netizens also recalled events from 1999 to 2001 when J.Lo began building an independent image, changing her style, management team, and avoiding anything related to Bad Boy. Some believe this was a strategy to escape Diddy's influence, and her silence about him in the media was a quiet warning. I'm out, don't pull me back in. The big question is, if Diddy is truly the dark figure J.Lo refers to, will she ever speak out clearly? Or will she always choose to tell half the truth, as Hollywood often does, hinting, implying, but never naming names? What do you think? Is J.Lo protecting herself or hiding something? Comment below, and don't forget to smash that like button if you feel the tea is getting stronger. This is peak Reddit detective mode, when old photos and tiny details are scrutinized like zooming into evidence in a CSI episode. With Diddy's 2024 arrest, those who once orbited him, especially female celebs like J.Lo, are being examined frame by frame from the past. A clip from 2000 has resurfaced showing Diddy and J.Lo at a fashion event. Diddy leans in, placing his hand on J.Lo's waist, and she smiles. But her body language? Many analyze that J.Lo leans away, creating distance. On X, user @BodyLangBreakdown wrote, "That's a micro moment of discomfort." Another video, once buried on YouTube, shows J.Lo leaving a white party earlier than other celebs, with a serious expression. While no one knows what happened, netizens have a theory. She saw something she shouldn't have and decided to buy. Reddit also unearthed photos of J.Lo standing next to Diddy at various events, but from 2001 onwards, not a single one. Not only did they stop attending events together, but they haven't mentioned each other in over 20 years. This is Hollywood-style severance. Quiet, subtle, but very decisive, one Redditor wrote. Another detail catching attention: when Diddy's scandal broke, J.Lo said nothing, not even a cryptic message or a silent unfollow. To netizens, silence tells a story too. Do you think J.Lo is avoiding drama or keeping a secret no one dares to touch? Smash that like button if you're sensing something's off, and comment below with your theories. Jennifer Lopez, a global pop icon, multi-million-dollar entrepreneur, and epitome of the ultimate glow-up, is now suddenly entangled in headlines no one desires. And the intriguing, or concerning part, she's saying nothing. No responses, no explanations, not even indirect jabs. But social media won't let it rest. Right after Diddy's arrest, hashtags like JLO knew what, white party secrets, and run from Diddy began trending. TikTok flooded with videos analyzing every old interview of J.Lo, examining her eyes, voice, even blink rate. A clip with over 3 million views pointed out that J.Lo once said, "I believe in energy. When there's negative energy, I step back," with the caption, "She's talking about someone. We all know who." On our pop culture chat, there's an entire thread analyzing J.Lo's career timeline. After breaking up with Diddy, she released the album J.Lo 2001. A massive success, followed by This Is Me Then. Redditors call this her era of rebirth, as if leaving Diddy was the detox she needed to truly shine. However, another line of thought suggests that J.Lo's silence is also a calculated move. In the entertainment industry, especially Hollywood, maintaining a clean image is the greatest asset. Speaking up, even to deny, would mean dragging her name into a media crisis that had been smoldering. J.Lo chose to stay outside the storm, letting the public draw their own conclusions, and ironically, that made her seem even more suspicious. Some loyal fans defend her. She's moved on, has a family, a career, don't drag her back into the past. But anti-fans argue, if she's innocent, why never make it clear? This is the paradox of fame. The quieter you are, the more people doubt you. But speaking up could crack an image empire built over 2 decades. When Diddy's scandal exploded into a media earthquake, it didn't take long for the press to widen the circle of suspicion, and Jennifer Lopez was among the first names dragged into the storm. But what's noteworthy is how the media approached the story with heavy implications. No one outright said J.Lo was involved, but nearly every piece emphasized that old connection. Magazine covers from major outlets started running headlines like, "Jennifer Lopez, did she see too much?" Or, "Where is Diddy's ex now amid crisis?" In some analytical articles, journalists began revisiting the era when J.Lo and Diddy were a couple. Details like she was at the 1999 nightclub shooting, or she attended multiple white parties with Diddy are repeated, though none of it is accusatory. On TV, talk shows like The View or Wendy Williams' show dropped hints. Does J.Lo have secrets from her Diddy days? The question was posed, but no one answered. That created a foggy space filled with suspicion, where silence became the material for a whole narrative built by media and audiences. TikTok, meanwhile, kept digging up old videos, past interviews, even glances J.Lo gave Diddy in 20-year-old clips. Fans started forming energy theories, where every moment could be a clue, a strained smile, averted eyes, or a line like, "I learned to choose who deserves to stay in my life." One interesting thing, while mainstream media never accuse J.Lo, they leave headlines open-ended to trigger curiosity. A blend of clickbait and politeness makes readers feel like they're uncovering a huge secret, even when the content is vague. But that's exactly what makes the public unable to let this go. J.Lo hasn't been charged. There's no solid evidence she was involved in any scandalous parties. But her quiet presence in old photos, her appearances beside Diddy, and now her prolonged silence. After all the unknowns, conspiracy theories, and FBI-like analysis on TikTok, the big question is no longer, what did J.Lo know? But, will she ever speak out? Diddy's 2024 arrest shook Hollywood, and every passing day brings old names back into the center of the whirlwind. But Jennifer Lopez, who once walked every red carpet holding Diddy's hand, sharing both limelight and chaos, has stuck to one strategy: absolute silence. And that only stirs up the internet even more. Videos speculating J.Lo as a silent witness flood TikTok. Threads on Reddit trace every move in her career from 1999 to now, like they're trying to find the reason she walked away, not just from Diddy, but from the world around him. Some believe that if Jennifer ever saw or knew the dark side of that party empire, then silence is her safe armor. Not from guilt, but from fear of scandal, lost deals, or worse, becoming a centerpiece for the media and the justice system even without having done anything wrong. Others stay hopeful that J.Lo has simply moved on, rebuilt her career on her own talent, and just doesn't want to look back. But the more she avoids it, the more she's pulled in. And if the day comes when she's named in Diddy's trial, as a witness, or just someone formerly involved, the script will no longer be hers to write. And perhaps the scariest thing for J.Lo isn't being misunderstood, but being forced to speak before she's ready. So, what do you think? Is Jennifer Lopez trying to forget, or just waiting for the right moment to speak up? Comment below, and if you think this story deserves a part 2, don't forget to hit subscribe. Because in Hollywood, there's always one last twist.